Good evening, everyone. Happy Hump Day, Wednesday, May 11th. Didn't trade today. I did trade this afternoon. I want to show you all some stuff. I'm going to show you something that I did on Tuesday. A little trade review for the week. Two things just to kind of talk about what I look for at the open, what I was looking at. A trade I did in Tesla yesterday. And then we'll talk about one of the only trades I did today. What up, Blademan? How's it going, boss? Hope you had a good day today. I saw in the VTF a lot of people were red. Hope you weren't one of them. It looked like a difficult day or choppy day. I've got a kid that's sick, so we're gonna see how he does with sleeping tonight. It might be a night of not a lot of sleep for me, so we'll see how that goes tomorrow. You killed it, nice. Good job. So let's let's go into this. We're going to talk about this show. We're going to talk about this trade. We're going to talk about some other trades, and we'll see what's up. Little baby there in the background. So Tuesday's trade. Some of these trade review shows, I will answer questions, so ask them as you go, and I'll check them out. If you're not watching this, because I'm going to try to make this quicker, leave a comment afterwards. I'll come back and I can answer them, any things you had. So this was Tuesday. We had that big gap down the day before. Tesla and a lot of the market had gapped up into the previous days, midway of the previous day's candle. These are the charts I was looking at and stuff. 2170, you see this white line here. 2170 was last month's low in Tesla on Tuesday. That was what I wanted to trade. That was the level I was looking to short. I think you're going to see two trades here. I haven't reviewed it yet. I can't remember exactly, but we're going to let this play. My trading plan coming into the day was watch 2170. See how the level 2 reacts. I'm not sure why this isn't up here. I'm not sure. Maybe there's something wrong with OBS. That's annoying. So I can't see the level 2. My recording, I must have been messing up or something. But so watch 2170, see how it reacts in the morning when it hits there. Does it fail? Does it break out? If it breaks out and uses it as support and goes up, I'm expecting a long. If it hits that and goes down, I'm expecting a short. That's the level I'm watching. That's the level I care about. So rest of the market is popping in strong. Tesla, not super strong. You see Square ripping up. You see Facebook. You see Google. You see Amazon. You see Netflix. Netflix was really strong for some reason. Then it got weak. Tesla is going up, but it's definitely not super heavy. I'm really not sure why my level 2 is not there. That's really annoying. So we hit 2170. You can just look at this middle and you can see the prints going here. So we're in to 2170. I haven't pulled anything up yet, haven't done a trade. I'm just watching. The market seems strong. I'm like, okay, good chance we get a one and done. So I'm watching puts here. Notice I pulled up the puts. I'm not looking to go long because we're going into resistance that I think is going to fade this name. And we're going to see two ways to play this. So we hit it. We start pulling down. We're about 2 points down. At this point, I'm thinking, man, maybe I should have bought as soon as it broke. The tape is weak. Market's still kind of going up in other names, but Tesla's not. It could still break out. What do I want to do here? All right, next candle open. I'm looking at the top and the low. Did we break out and rip? So if that one and done would have ripped up, I would have exited my puts. It didn't. It failed to break out and it starts ticking down. Gives me more confidence in my puts. Still sitting here, still trying to break out and failing. When should I get in? When should I get in? This is kind of what I'm just thinking here. I'm just watching, waiting for an entry short. So now I have the bottom, check the bottom of the previous candle. And I'm thinking, hey, maybe that will be my entry. Honestly, not the smart thing, the aggressive thing to do would have been to short right here as it pops it. And as it comes back through it. Don't remember if I do or not. The rest of the market is still too strong. Maybe I'm watching Amazon. I don't remember exactly what I'm thinking, but I'm probably checking other things just to see if, let's see what Amazon's doing just in case I want to jump over and trade that. Okay, it started pulling down, so I took some puts. How many did I take? So there's super lag. Here's what Fidelity lagged on me there. I got a decent fill. I was at the money, so it wasn't super dangerous. Took the entry. And now I'm just watching, and I'm giving it the room. I'm giving it, I think I'm trying to give it to the top of the current candle because the Qs are pulling down. I know I take a loss on this trade, so you'll see a loss here. I jumped into the 1 minute, and I sold because it looked like it was going to break out. So I took a little less than a point loss there. Honestly, that's not bad. For what Tesla was doing, that's not super bad. All my other charts are on a 2-minute time frame. I'm watching Tesla on the 1 minute. It starts to go back down. I get back in. Now, I sold early there. I think my plan was to get out as that 1 minute popped. I can't see my level 2, so I don't know if it printed higher and then I got out or if it didn't. But now I get back in as it's going down, as it's breaking that 1 minute low, or as it's going down to it. You can see the difference in the entries there, and I could have held that entry because it really didn't pop. But early in the morning, I'm not a big fan of holding necessarily because nothing triggered short yet. So I was just front running the idea of that short at that 2170 fail. But nothing had triggered short, and when something starts popping, you're really going to lose the IV, you're going to lose your volatility, and there's a good chance you lose 2 or 3 points. Now here, I did the 820, so I'm at the money. A little bit less risk. I probably only lose a point or two, which is very easy to recover from, even with 10 contracts early. Why didn't I short here? If I go back, I'm going to let this play, so we'll watch this trade end. But I'm going to try to pull up one of my other charts and see if I can jump back to it to show you why I didn't get out here when this is done. I think somebody else, I think I was trading with Mitchell, and he was talking about going down here. So the 2-minute breakdown didn't trigger. So if you look up here at the top, 2-minute breakdown, still didn't trigger. My idea is that we're at least going to go into the 2-minute 200, and then we'll see what we do from there. But this 2-minute breakdown is just triggering, so I'm giving this trade room to work. There's nothing wrong with taking money now. I'm 2 points up on the trade. That's $2,000 on 10 contracts. Let it play. I'm just wanting to let it play. I've showed you guys trades where this doesn't necessarily work, and a lot of times there's nothing wrong with just taking the money. At this point, I'm over 3 points up, $3,000 up. There's nothing wrong with taking the money. But I'm letting the trade play out because the market is failing. We talked about the market pulling in. I think Tesla is at least pulling back into around 50%. I don't hold it that whole way. I think I hold it to just under 110 or something. I think I might hold it into the 2-minute. Let's see if I sold here. So that was my target. So notice what happened there, and it's that's about $5,000. So that's the trade. So notice what I saw here. The trade continues to go down, but what I was looking at on my charts and my target for the breakdown was the 2-minute 200 and the 1-minute 8, because that's the first spot I think there can be a bounce. It's early in the morning, and I want to lock in a good day. At this point in the day, I'm pretty much done. You could be done. You're $5,000. You traded for 5 minutes. You sat down for 5 minutes, so relatively speaking, $1,000 a minute, and I could be done with the day. I'm actually not. I take the next scalp in Tesla short. Don't think I get great PI. I scalp around a little bit, and basically, I think I'm going to go another 1,500 up or something. And then I go down, and then I basically just bounce around this area as I trade for the rest of the day. I think I might take another trade that adds a little bit onto it, but this was pretty much my day, and after this I just protected my day. I can't remember the exact rest of it, but this is the idea that I wanted to show. The reason for showing this trade is not to be like, look, I made $5,000, and who cares? I could have just turned around and scalped it and lost it. A lot of people here do that. The idea is I came into the day with an idea, but not necessarily an idea that was working. I saw the trade taking place. I had a target. I had a trade. A lot of us were talking about that fade. I was watching for that fade. I had a level that was a legit level that other people had already recognized, like last month's low, 821.70. It fails to punch up. It is showing relative weakness to the market. The market starts failing, and I take a 1-minute breakdown. I take a loss first because I'm a little iffy. I want to trade safe. I can't see my level 2, so I don't know if it was if it just printed through when I sold, which is kind of what it looks like here. Looks like it kind of popped it and sold. Maybe a little bit quick, but y'all know how Tesla is. If it would have ripped, I would have lost 2 points or 3 points, 2.5 points instead of just losing 50 cents or 80 cents, whatever I lost on that first trade. and then I wait. It pulls back down through. I was probably a little distracted. I took it a little bit late, but I get back in it. I let the trade go. As soon as it hits my target, I sell. Target was the whatever, the 2-minute 200. And then it continued to go back to 50% retracement, which was Kelly's target, which is why Kelly is the murderer and I'm just a humble plebe. So if you look at this, let's see if I can fib this. I didn't do this the day of, so this isn't something. So let's look at open price. So here is, let's move my face out of the way. Where's my face? Drop my face. That's not me. There. So on that day, where's the close? There we are. That's the close, right? So you could see the open, or would it be the 200 to the close? I'm actually not, I didn't do this. What I did, let's see, there's different ways to do this, is all I'm trying to say. You could look at this, and here's your 50% retracement target. If you were doing that, another way to make a target, which is just below this, which is actually what Kelly's target was, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and look. I actually posted a picture of his Tesla trade, so if you want to see what he was doing, did I post that picture of what he did? Let me look. This one. This might have been the one, but this is in the Discord chart thing, so you can check this chart out. Pretty sure this is that day. If not, it was the previous day, so you can check that out. But either way, looked at this, saw the 2-minute breakdown target. This took it, was pretty much done. Yeah, sure, more happened, but at that level, I kind of expected a possible bounce, so I left it alone. And I think I might have scalped some more to the downside and then messed around with it some more, and I didn't make much more than that. Honestly, I think I might have ended slightly greener than that on the day. But yeah, that's fine. So next trade is one today. If you have questions about that, throw it out, or leave them in the comment section afterwards. If you like that trade or any of the other ones, feel free to drop a like. I really do appreciate it when y'all do that. It means a lot. So the trade today, I didn't trade today, early in the morning. Wrote y'all a message. I was, my kid had a fever overnight. Something's wrong with him. So I took him just to make sure he didn't have an ear infection or something. It's the only time he's acted like that before. He didn't. Something else is wrong. So either way, missed all the day. By the time I'm back, it's like 2:15 or something. So I'm looking through my charts, scanning different names. Well, by different names, I mean Google, Tesla, and Amazon. The 3 names. And I'm trying to find something that I want to trade, something that gives me an edge. I saw kind of 2 edges. I'm just going to talk about Amazon and not Tesla or Google. So I looked back at the chart from the day. I'm sitting down. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, or it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You've missed most of your trades. It was probably like 2:10 or something. You miss most of your trades. You didn't do anything today. You see the market happen. You want to sit down and you want to take a trade. Okay, so we want to take a trade. We want to find something that we can do. What can we do? Now at this point in the day, I don't see all this. This is all I see. So that's all let's say this is a 2-minute chart. I don't even know where I came back. I honestly don't remember when I came back. It was right at 2 o'clock. So let's say I'm coming back and this is all I see on my 2-minute chart of Amazon. So this is a line I drew. This is not the line I showed you guys the other day. This might be a different one I showed you then, but it's a 15-minute time frame. Translates to the 2 a little weird, but on the 15-minute you can see it, and it is this particular line here, the top of this gap down, which is on the 15-minute 5/5/945 to the top of the 15-minute 5/6/1130. That is the line we're talking about. I have my 2-minute charts up on my 9 charts at this point in the day. I am looking at them, and I also have this up, my 4 charts at the 4 different time frames. Now let's jump this over because remember I can't see this yet. We're right there. So, and let's do that. Let's jump here. So you evaluate your charts. You look back, you look at what you're trying to find. I want to trade Amazon. Why do I want to trade Amazon? Well, we're in a clear downtrend, but what can I notice about this downtrend that can give me an edge? Well, here's where the day opened. We popped up, so we've had one pop, second leg, and third leg. So you're at least 3, maybe 4 legs down. You're at least 3 legs down minimum. So you've definitely already had a move. You're probably exhausted. I came in, I heard Eddie and some other guys talking about how he hadn't called the bottom and that there was a little bit of a pop. But what did I see? I saw every single time the 2-minute hit, it failed. So 2-minute fail, 2-minute fail, 2-minute fail, and it didn't hit yet. So I'm like, okay, 2-minute chart is failing every single time in Amazon. And we're popping right now. I think we might fail it the next time we hit it. That's my first trade idea. So we watch, it hits the 2-minute. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to short it. I'm going to wait for a breakdown. And I actually do, I believe, short this here. I think. Or I might have missed it. I honestly can't remember. This isn't the trade I'm talking about. But this would have been a trade idea. And then I would have either gotten stopped out here as it popped back up, or I would have taken the quick money. More than likely coming in, what I would have done, if I don't remember if I traded this, if I did, I probably would have, if I got in at the right time. It just, Amazon's all about timing. This could have been a win or a loss. And let's be real. If you shorted it as it started ticking down, and if the Qs were hitting something, you could have made money here for sure. This was the first trade idea. It obviously continued to pop up and fail. So let's say you take a loss there, you take something else there. Now I'm looking back at the chart, and let's say, okay, so we're right here. So you can see where we're at. We're below this. The Qs are in an uptrend, and we have a down move, and now we're starting to have an up move. So we've had 1 and a pullback, and then it confirms that it's going to go up. So let's just say this is 1, this is 2, and now we're in the middle of what could be your third leg. Depending on how you count this, you could say just as 1, but you're at least within 1 or 2 of your moves up. All right, so we're moving up. What do we have above us? We have a trend line that's, this is not a trend line, this is a channel, kind of bearish channel. So we have a channel, the top of a channel that we're coming into. We have VWAP and the 200 on the 2-minute. I'm also have my 4 charts up, and I'm looking at them. We have a 1-minute 200 that we're coming into. So there's a 1-minute 200 above us, so we know that we've got that we're coming into. So there's probably going to be some resistance there. What else am I looking at? I'm looking at other charts. What do I want to see? Well, the Qs are in the middle of an uptrend. Same thing. Or grindy up at least. And there is a 1-minute 200, this blue line, that has not failed yet. Hit it, failed, hit it, failed, hit it, failed, hit it, failed, didn't even hit it, failed. And now we're at this point in the day. What am I looking for before I take the next trade? Am I sitting here scalping, losing money at all points in the day? Or am I sitting here waiting for a high conviction, high probability trade? What's the trade I'm looking for? Well, I'm just looking at this and predicting what can happen. Let's look to short Amazon when the Qs hit this, if Amazon also hits this trend line that I have drawn. That's the Qs. Let's go back to Amazon now. So I don't think I have to tell you, what up, Robert? What's going on, boss? So I don't think I have to tell you what happens. We see, well, if you were in, I called it in the VTF, and I tried to call it in here, but this, I might get a new, it's not the headphone, it's the Bluetooth. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't connect. I try to test, it disconnects. Maybe I'll get a wired one when I move. Even though I don't like wires around me when I'm trading, so maybe I'll just get better at making sure this works. But so Amazon and the triple Qs hit almost at the exact same time, this trend line. So this trend line hit, and this is the 1-minute, and this is wrong. So these trend lines like translate differently on different time frames, which is super annoying. But if you look at it, it hit at 38.39, and the Qs hit the 1-minute 200. Was this the 1-minute 200 that it hit? No. At 246. Am I looking at the wrong thing? Maybe I'm dumb. 246. Let's go back to Amazon. Is this 246? Yeah, 246, sorry. So that's the raise. So 246. I don't know what I'm looking at earlier. So 246. It hits at the exact same time. So you have two things that hit simultaneously. You have Amazon going through the 1 minute 200, Q's perfectly hitting the 1 minute 200, shooting star reversal. Amazon hits your trend line at the same time that the Q's hit that 200. I short on the dot here. And then just let it go down. Also, at that exact same time, because this is 46, look at the 15-minute chart. So I'm talking about all this stuff to show you guys a wider width of what I'm looking at. Different things that I see at the same time. What am I looking at on the 15-minute? I don't know, points to whoever guesses this. What's this? Look at this. Kind of, what is that kind of like? One of our favorite kind of chart patterns. Looks like the same as this. You can see this happening. Another indicator for this trade, by the way, that I was looking at the same time when I was trying to pick a trade to look for to make some money was this weakness all the way down, comes down. This is your first test of the tweezers. That's it, Rebecca. Bam. So basically a tweezer top, you got a tweezer bottom down here, double bottom, whatever, I don't know. And 15-minute tweezer here. So on the 15-minute too, this is also the first test of the 21 all day when it's just rode it down. It's rode down. This is the first test of the 21. So not only do you have that, you also have the first test of a descending 21 on the 15-minute. Even more conviction when you're just looking back at your chart and when you're looking at things like, should I take this trade, should I not? That's 4 or 5 indicators that I had that I wanted to short. And also because of the time I bought, and I'm about to show you the actual trade because I didn't record this afternoon when I sat down, I'll show you the entry time and the exit time. So let's see. Yep, so I've got that pulled up. So there's your trade, and then you start writing it down. Now, target, here's something else I did. As soon as I got in the trade and I was green, I quickly threw up I did not throw that up. I threw up a fib because I wanted to fib the rest of this move to see where I thought it was going to pull back to. So just looking at this, where is it going to pull back to? When I gave my target in the VTF, if you go back and look, target was 112.39. Why was that the target? Because that's 50% retracement of this up move. So you have an up move into a resistance line, going down, multiple indicators that I've already spoken of going short that I was looking for to take this trade. I take this trade right up here as the Qs hit that, or right before as the Qs hit that 1 minute 200. That's your short. Stochastics were probably at the top. I guess I can look at, I didn't even look at stochastics. I'm guessing they were at the top. At least in the triple Qs. Let's see. I'll just check that since we're here. Stochastics were at the top in Amazon, and stochastics were not at the top. Yep, they were at the top in the triple Qs too, on the 1 minute, and towards the top going down on the 2 minute too. So you could say you had another indicator if you're really into indicators there. So took that because it was a trade. Good evening. What up, Ed? Eddie. Ed, and Eddie. What up, Eddie? So called that. That's what I was looking at. Those were all the different things on the different time frames that I were looking at. The reason I could actually call it out in the VTF because I had planned this trade earlier. Like I was talking about, I was waiting for this to happen. I had already typed in Amazon short, and all I had to do was hit enter because I wanted to be like, I'm getting in. I'm getting in here. So you take it. I'm in Amazon short, and then somewhere around here, the VTF, or not VTF, the what's the word I'm looking for? Fidelity freezes, and I'm in Amazon shorts. Now I'm up 4 or 5 points at this point, but I'm in Amazon short, and Fidelity is just like no data. I'm like, wait a minute, what? No data? No. And I have my my actual website up, so I pull up the website. I'm usually logged into it. I wasn't this afternoon. Good to know for next time. So I log into it to get ready to sell there if I have to. Again, target was minimum the 21. So my first target was 32% retracement or the 2-minute 21. Thought you could have had a bounce there. I didn't sell because you had no green volume in the Qs here and you had no green volume in Amazon here. It just cut right through it. We did get a little bounce here, but this actually didn't make me really want to sell. I still held it, and I ended up selling at exactly 245. No, wait, that's when I got in, at 251. So I actually sold early. I sold right in here somewhere, probably as we broke the 21. I sold before my final target of 211.12, and I think it was because my kids were crying, or I was playing with them, or maybe I wasn't. I don't remember. Either way, I sold before. I think it might have been because I was 10 points up and this had started popping. And so this is the trade. These are the entries and exits. The only reason I'm showing this is because I didn't record the trade, so I can't, So entry time and Amazon 51.80, or sorry, that's the price. 245.38. Entry price $51, 5 contracts. Exit time 251.31. Filled at exit 61.75. Could have traded it better if I would have held it to target. Not entirely sure why I sold, other than I was happy with the trade. 10 points on trades. Usually when I look at that and I see it, I'm like, that's a pretty good chunk of change. I'm out. Not always the case, but that's what I did there. So I let that one, I took that one down. I should have held it to target. That like I punched in the VTF, that was my final target. Would have made an extra 3-4 points on it, but I'm happy with the trade, happy with what I did. And then I sat there and waited for that. I then gave back about a quarter of it, trying to scalp some down moves in Tesla. Made a little bit back on an Amazon. So if you look at the, what am I looking at? If you look at the, what chart? 5-minute? No, 15-minute. What chart was I looking at? Oh, might have been this at the last few minutes. So after this happened, basically every time Amazon popped, I shorted it, and I was only doing 1 or 2 contracts. At the end of the day, I was just like, it was here, and it failed, and then it went down. I didn't hold it, and then it went back up through the 1 minute 200, and then as it ticked down, I sold again, and then it came back up and hit it, and I sold, and I got back in it, and then it popped back up and hit it, and then I sold, and that was the only thing I did. And I kind of scalped those a little bit. And I think I had a 15-minute breakdown in there. Yeah, this 15-minute breakdown, I caught some of that and made some of that back. Ended a little bit lower on the day than this, because I was trying to do a few scalps in Tesla, which were not smart in the way. The smart trade in Tesla I missed, which was waiting for this kind of bear flag. What am I doing? Bear flag here to go down and catch a breakdown here or up here. I tried to scalp some of the down moves, but the PI wasn't good. I would enter and kind of get whipped around, and I wasn't looking to hold because we didn't hit the moving averages. I think this would have been another good time to short it, and maybe I caught one of these. Let's just pop here, and it's like as it's popping, you're setting in kind of new lows. You hit the 2-minute 21, fail, fail, fail. So I think there was something there. I may or may not have caught some of that. I think this was a beautiful short. I think Ditter called it. I didn't take it, maybe because I was watching Amazon. I think this would have been a good trade, but you have a chance to get shaken out here if you didn't have conviction. And at this point in the day, I just wanted to protect the Amazon winnings, and I wasn't overly concerned with getting back to day highs. No, man, I wish. Kelly's the real monster, Eddie. I'm just Monster Junior sometimes, or Kelly Junior sometimes. So, again, not the idea or point. It has nothing to do, on the trade review shows with overall P&L or showing any of that. It's just to be like, hey, this is what I did. These were what I was looking for. And the reason I wanted to show the Amazon trade was literally just to give you an idea. When you come back and you haven't traded all day, look for something. Like literally find something that you can see in a trend. It doesn't matter if it's Tesla, if it's Google, even if it's just the triple Qs. Like you can look at this Qs down move all day and be like, all right, what do I see? We broke down. What haven't we hit? We're in an uptrend. Maybe I like this, maybe I don't. What's a trade I can see happening before the end of the day? It's 2 o'clock. I'm back here. I have 2 hours if I want to sit here. We're in an uptrend after 3 legs plus down. We're probably going to pop some. What's a target? Well, maybe next time in an hour or 30 minutes from now. Drop something. We hit the 200. I'm gonna take something short. Let's watch the market and see what names are moving with Amazon or with the triple Qs. Let's see what names are kind of going with them. What names could work here? Square was one that could have worked. Hang on.
Mic off. Mic on.
Sorry, talking to the wife. I'm about to have to go. You could have done the same thing with Square. So that's the last Robert. If you go back and look, you'll see what I saw on Amazon. I just got done talking about it. I'm about to have to go. This is going to be a shorter show. I explained the entire trade. I think there were about 6 different things I saw on it. The 15-minute 21 was one of them. This was one of them, for sure. The fact that it failed, like it broke down below the 15-minute 21. This was the first test of it. Tweezer top after the bottom, 3 candles up. You kind of had 3 basically legs up in a sense of an up, a pullback, up and a pullback, up, and so that was your 3rd leg. Or maybe you could just say it was, what am I doing? 2 legs into this trend line that I drew that I showed earlier. These are the Corsair something or another's. Look them up and send them to you. I'll send you a text with what they are. They're the Corsair wireless ones that are just simple. They have RGB on the side, but I'm not really flashy. I don't want a lot of that. But so just simple kind of headphones. They work really good for me. Circular, they're adjustable. I like the mic. I think it does pretty good voice stuff, or at least for what it is. So if you rewatch the second half of this video, guys, it's also shown earlier in the video, Robert. I show the time. This is like Geronimo's line that he talked about. It's on the 15-minute chart. I go through at the end of the days charts that I like and names that I like now. And for instance, Amazon, the 15-minute time frame, hour time frame, I go through and look at stuff. And then sometimes it trades, and you just see if it's kind of been following. So this is a channel. It's not a trend line. It's a channel. So you have this down channel that we've been in since the 5th, and so it's just hit it here. This is like the next top, I guess, at 5.6, and so it's just at the end of the day. I talked about this earlier in the show, and I also have another one here. You can see this one at 5.4, 10.30, and connected at the bottom on the 15-minute at 5.5, 11.30, and it's basically kind of been holding that line, and so we're kind of in this downtrend right now. And so basically the top of this 15-minute, even though it's broken out, every time it's broken out, it's just come back in. And you kind of just chopped around and came back in. So I'm respecting that. This is the line I drew on the other show, which has also worked. But it hit that, bounced it, now it's support, and that line's going lower. I'm going to keep it on there to see if we ever come back into it. But right now, this line and this line are the 2 channels that we're in my opinion, for trading Amazon. So those are the 2 I'm watching. Yeah, you could definitely get in a little early. I gave it room. I kind of had I showed the time on when I got in. I don't know when you did, or the contract, but it was just time waiting for it to hit that line. It hit that line. This is a 2-minute, how it translated on the 2-minute. And that timed up with the Qs. And as soon as the Qs hit that, pretty much that, and failed that 200, I got in, or not long after it, and then gave it some room to work, and I did okay. So if there are questions about this trade specifically, I have no idea. I don't even try to guess. I think, yeah, you probably get a bounce at some point. I don't know. I don't really care because I'm not taking overnights and stuff. Like I liked Disney overnight and I didn't take it short. I like puts in Disney overnight. I thought there was 0 ways that they were going to win or have good earnings. Thought it would kind of be like Amazon, but I'm just going to trade the charts in front of me and I'm going to find these support and resistance lines. And like I talked about in the first trade, if you can find something like that to create a trade idea or to create an idea of what you're looking for in the market, you create a thesis. And then your thesis is proven or disproven by what the market does, and you have to be okay with being wrong. But like in that Tesla trade, it gapped up right into 821.70. It failed 821.70, which was last month's low, and then it goes down. Your thesis is proven right. The market is starting to pull down. You write it down to your target. I wrote it down to my target. Amazon, same thing. The thesis was the Qs are going to hit the 1 minute 200. Everything else I talked about, it hit that level. It did what you did. I sold before my target, but my first target, like I had two targets. First one was the 2 minute 21. I sold just past the 2 minute 21 as we broke down and popped a little, and then it actually did hit the retracement target, which was 50% of this up move, was what I was looking for, which would have been this candle here. And oh well, I didn't catch the whole move. Who cares? It was a good trade. So that's what I've got for tonight. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you like this stuff, you want to see more of it, shorter kind of trade just stuff videos, I'll post them. Some of these are going to be live, some of them will not be. If you do like and you really like this stuff and you let me know, I'll try to post it more often, even if it's just like a short 10-minute video of me throwing up a trade or two every day, wins and losses and stuff like that. So I appreciate it. Let me know. Yeah, just do your stuff. I'm going to go take care of the kids there. I'm probably not going to get much sleep tonight, so we'll see how I do tomorrow. Love you guys. Trade smart, get some rest, prep your mind, and I will see you all tomorrow for some good Thursday trading.